Now you guys, I know that we're looking extremely washed out, but trust the process. All right, everyone, let's get into this flawless foundation makeup application. You always want to start off with a good moisturizer. I'm going to just put just a little bit on my cheeks and a little on the forehead, because a little bit of this product goes a long way. You could use a foundation brush or whatever brush you like to use to apply, but I like using my fingers because I like to feel the product absorbing into my skin. You always want to do your 3-step skincare process before you apply the moisturizer to start your foundation application. That's how you're going to get that flawless, blended, smooth canvas. The next product you need is a good primer. This e.l.f. primer is thebomb.com. I normally just use 2 pumps of this product, and I always use my fingers. Like I said, you can use a brush, whatever you decide to use that will work for you. I just like using my fingers. I like pressing the product in, and what I love about this power grip, that is extremely hydrating, and this product is good for all skin types, and of course it is affordable as well. This power grip also has niacinamide drops, which is really good to blur out your pores and to plump the skin as well. For foundation, we are going to use the Maybelline Fit Me in shade 338. Love, love, love this staple here. I love to apply the foundation on my hand to kind of warm the product up a little bit. And I love using this Real Techniques blush brush. Do you guys see how it is melting in my skin like butter? Love how this brush applies my foundation. I just like to press the product into the skin just as I did the moisturizer and the primer. Make sure that it's absorbing in the skin properly and that we have a smooth application. Did I tell you guys that this foundation is super affordable? All products that we're using today, they are affordable and perfect for any person that is beginning to learn how to apply your foundation application. Once I apply it with the brush, I always take a damp beauty blender. Just like to use the bottom part of the beauty blender to make sure that we are catching any extra product on top of the skin, because we don't want that. The next step, we are going to warm the skin up. I am using the black opal foundation stick in suede mocha, and I am just applying that product right in the contour areas on my temples, my forehead, and I never apply it on my chin. I always use the excessive product that I have from the blend on the perimeter of my face. Yes, that's how I get down, my sister. I'm using a Makeup Shack contour brush to press that product into my skin. As you can see, I am blending it towards my hairline to give it an airbrush look. And I always go back with that beauty blender and just blend it to make sure that everything is smooth without any harsh lines. Next, we're going to highlight the under eyes, my most definitely favorite part of this foundation application. I am using
the L'Oreal Infallible Full Coverage Concealer. I love applying this concealer in the areas that I just applied it, and I'm using it in shade 400, which is caramel.
Now, if you want just a natural application for the day, you don't like the bright under eyes, you can stop at this step and just blend the product out. But if you like a brighter under eye, I always go up 2 to 3 shades lighter than the shade that I have already applied to bring a little bit more highlight to my under eye.
And this shade is in Amber number 300.
And I normally just let this sit for about 30 to 60 seconds just for it to dry down and get tacky so we can get a full coverage under the eyes. Or if you have a mini fan like I do, I normally just let the fan
dry down. To blend the concealer out, I'm using the Real Techniques blending brush. I always start off with my chin, and of course I always start with the edges first, and I work my way up. Always take your time with this step. Take your time. It may seem like I am moving a little fast, but trust me, take your time with this step. Do you see the blend? I always blend out one side at a time. Once I'm done blending out the concealer with my blending brush, I always come back with my damp beauty blender to make sure that we don't have any creases, and I always blend it out on the clean side. And I use the bottom part of my beauty blender that we use to blend out the foundation with, just to blend out that harsh line, because we don't want that. And I always come back over my contour just to make sure that concealer is blending in well with it, and I'm not using any extra product for this step. And to set under the eyes, we're going to use 2 of the Maybelline loose setting powders in shade 10 and 20. I always mix those 2, and I'm just making sure I don't have any creases before we set. I'm using my powder puff, dabbing off that excess and pressing it into the skin. You guys, this is my favorite part of this application. Do you see the smooth, flawless blend? And to define the contour area, I always just add a little bit more powder right under that area, just to define that contour area. Doing this step, it brings it out more. Making sure my smile lines are set it as well. I'm going to set that forehead area. And we're just going to repeat that same process on the other side.
You You guys, do not panic. I know that we look extremely washed out, but trust the process. We're going to go back and warm up the skin. We're going to use the Morphe bronzer in shade Trailblazer, and we're going to contour the nose, and we're going to set those contour areas.
And I'm using the Morphe 506 blending brush to contour my nose bridge. And I'm using a Japanese contour blending brush just to set the remaining areas of the contour. You want to make sure that whenever you are blending in that product that you're pressing it, you're blending it upwards and not down. To set the entire face, we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me shade 330.
I love using a flat kabuki brush. This is the Japanese brush in, let me see if it's a number 962, and I just press that brush in the product, and I press it into my skin.
And to set the face, I'm using the e.l.f. All Night Setting Spray, and I'm just letting my fan dry and melt all of the products together for a perfect blend.
All right, you guys, this is the completed look. You can pop you some lashes on, or if you want to just leave it natural, just put you some mascara on and you'll be good. So I hope and pray that this beginner-friendly, flawless foundation makeup application was helpful to you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that for me. Comment down below, give me your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching from start to finish. God bless you and have an amazing day.